Are you ready to transform your pool into a stunning oasis? At Mainland Pool Service, they're a family-owned business committed to keeping your pool looking pristine all year round. They believe that pool care should be proactive, not reactive, which is why their skilled team handles everything from routine cleaning to complex issues with precision. They prioritize clear communication and personalized solutions to exceed your expectations. Join the Mainland Pool Service family today and experience the difference their expertise and dedication can bring to your relaxation retreat. Contact them now at mainlandpoolservice.com.
Nate Bargatze.
Look, I say a lot of dumb stuff. I try to keep it in front of large groups. Seems to go better that way.
Big Dome Eyes World Tour.
When you say something dumb one-on-one, it's a lot for that person. I'll say it, then I can just feel that they feel the weight of my life on their shoulders.
Tickets and info at NateBargatze.com. Don't miss the Big Dome Eyes World Tour. Nate Bargatze.
Memphis, Monday, February 16th. Tickets and ring-sider packages on sale now.
Jeff Dunham, Artificial Intelligence, his all-new tour.
Just a ham. You're the other white meat.
How can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other? Well, you're half of it.
I realize I could have avoided all this years ago with one simple word. I do not. Silence!
Don't miss a Memphis. Friday, April 10th, FedEx Forum. Tickets on sale Monday, September 29th at jeffdunham.com.
Live from the Built Ford Tough studio at FedEx Forum, it's the Gary Parrish Show, presented by Ortho South, on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Gary Parrish.
All right, I'm here. My name is Gary Parrish, speaking to you from Midtown Manhattan, New York City. Bennett Doyle back in rainy Memphis, I see, inside the Built Ford Tough studio. Glad he's with me. Glad you're with me. Hope you're getting through the day best you can. And I hope you enjoyed last night's festivities inside FedEx Forum. That was a victory for the home team. First time in a while, 6-game losing streak is snapped. We'll talk about it momentarily. First, though, quickly, let me set today's schedule for you. In the next segment, going to be joined by Jeff Pearlman. He, of course, is a New York Times best-selling author. His most recent book is called Only God Can Judge Me, The Many Lives of Tupac Shakur. I think if you listen to the show, watch the show, you've heard me talk about it. It came out late last year in 2025. I got to it right around the new year. I couldn't have had a better time getting through it. Jeff Pearlman is going to join me here in the next segment. I'll talk to him about that and other things. Looking forward to that conversation. When I get finished talking to Jeff, we will take a break, come back, do 5 more things you need to know, at which one we'll discuss 5 previously undiscussed stories. Among them, Penny Hardaway had an interesting message for Memphis basketball fans last night on his weekly radio show. I'll read you the quotes. We'll do that in about 40 minutes. Darryn Peterson went wild last night. Superman stuff. He was ordinary for much of the game, but then with 80 seconds left and Kansas down 3 at Texas Tech, he buried a leaning three-pointer from the corner. Came back down a few seconds later, hit another 3, closed the game on a personal 6-0 run. Kansas wins at Texas Tech, and oh, buddy, if you got the number 1 pick in the draft, that's who you're taking. We'll talk Darryn Peterson in just a bit. The Milwaukee Bucks are reportedly now countering trade offers for Giannis Antetokounmpo. NBA is expected to change dramatically by Thursday at 2 o'clock Central. I'll get you updated on that situation a little later on in the show. LaMelo Bell suffered a laceration above his eye after a collision with his coach. Hey, the Hornets are crazy hot, and now LaMelo's cut up like Rocky Balboa. We'll show that to you in the third segment. And the main event of WrestleMania, oh, buddy, they went ahead and settled this quickly. It's now set. Roman Reigns, CM Punk in Las Vegas. They talked in the ring last night on Raw in Philadelphia. Good stuff from both. We'll get excited about the OTC during a segment we call 5 More Things You Need to Know. Then we'll eventually do GP's Carryout, and we'll call it a day. So that's the rundown. We got a lot to get to, but I did want to start with your Memphis Grizzlies because Game 48 of a scheduled 82 was played last night. They did it in downtown Memphis for the first time in 22 days. The home team won inside FedEx Forum. Final score, Grizzlies 137, Timberwolves 128. The 6-game losing streak, it has been snapped. Jaren Jackson Jr. is among the biggest reasons why. 6'10" forward. He took 17 shots. He made 8 of them. Finished with 30 points, 6 rebounds, an assist, a block in 30 minutes. There were 3 double-digit scores coming off of the Grizzlies bench. Gigi, Vince, Cam, Big Bet Bennett. It's good to see you on what looks like a rainy Tuesday morning. What's your main takeaway from the Grizzlies' 9-point victory over Minnesota last night?
It's just good to get a win, man. Just good to get a win.
Good to win.
Yeah, it was just good to win. They, I believe, what was that? A 6-game losing streak that we just snapped.
Oh, man,
I can't keep up. I don't even know what day it is still.
It was quite literally my job to keep up. And yes, it was 6. It was 6. I counted it every day.
Yeah. No, it was great. And like you said, like all the people that you just named, it was good to see like the bench perform so well. I think we talked about it on the post-game show. I think my favorite development lately has been Gigi's play. He's been awesome, and seeing him put together like a long string of good performances is a super positive thing to see from the youngest player on the team. So excited about that. And obviously Ty Jerome's been awesome in these 2 games since he came back. So, you know, excited to see how that plays out the rest of the season. I think we'll obviously come in here on Friday discussing who's here, who's not here. But I do think that last night there were some definite positive developments, and it does leave you wondering. I said this on the postgame last night too, like what it could have been like if everybody would have been healthy and they had this whole roster together this whole season. We say that a lot, so it is what it is, but it does leave you wondering.
Oh man, I'm forever wondering.
Yeah.
I never stop wondering about such things. I watched you guys on the double post last night. Great job as always. And I think one of the points Roser made was just like, and I'm paraphrasing here, some of these words are mine, but like we might get to a point where it is better to lose than to win. We might get there. But I'd prefer to put it off for a little while. Winning is still enjoyable. Last night it was fun just to be inside FedEx Forum and watch, the home team score more points than the visiting team. Like I mentioned, it had been a while since that had happened, and I gather that was the prevailing thought from last night. Like this season has gone off the rails in a ridiculous way. Who knows where it's going next? Who knows who's going to be on the roster come Thursday at 2:01 Central? But last night, people got to go downtown and watch Jaren Jackson Jr. play well and the Grizzlies win, and that was a good way to spend a Monday night.
It definitely was, man. It definitely was. We do kind of own the Timberwolves. No, we don't own them, but like we're competitive. Well, okay, we're competitive with them. We're competitive with them.
That ain't too far removed from I'm fine in the West. All right, be careful.
I should chill out a little bit there. But we are competitive with them every year, it seems like. So, it was good to get a win.
Well, somehow they're always playing longer than we are.
That is very true. That is very true. Yeah.
But we'll mess them up in February. If they want to come to Beale Street in February, we'll get them. But somehow, they end up playing deeper into the calendar than we do.
Yep.
More often than not. You mentioned Ty Jerome, bright spot for the second straight game. He got 19 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds in just 20 minutes. Seems pretty clear that's the number for him because he's now played 2 games, exactly 20 minutes in both. 12 of 22 from the field so far, 54.5%. He's averaging 19.5 points, again, in 20 minutes per game. He's been I'd love to see this in game 1 or game 2 or game 7 or game 14, but we're here now, and it looks good.
It does, and, like, I think, too, one thing that we've learned this season is if you're a point guard, you got a chance to thrive in a Tomas Izalo offense. Like, you just look at the assist numbers that all these guys have put up this season. Ty had 8 last night. I think he's had 13 in these 2 games total. But, like, Cam Spencer was putting up massive assist numbers in January. Vince Williams, before that, when he was the starting point guard, was putting up huge assist numbers. We saw Ja come back in London and have 10 assists, I believe. Like, it seems like a pretty good offense for a point guard to move the rock around.
I'll take it a step further. You don't even have to be a point guard to flourish.
That's right. Just whoever's the primary ball handler. Yeah, you go walk in at 10 assists, buddy.
You could have never played point guard in your life.
That's right.
but I can get you 10 assists if you could play 33 minutes for me. I can get you 10 assists.
We should test that. We should test that throughout this season. Like, you know, if guys are going to,
we've been testing that this entire season.
If guys are going to be in and out of the lineup, I'd like to see like what Omax can do. Can we make him the primary ball handler? I want to see if we can get him to 10.
Yeah, can we get Jock Landale 10 assists if we just put the ball in his hands?
I bet we could.
I think so. So I feel like I feel like that has been tested. I feel like that's been tested pretty good throughout this season. Hey, who wants to dribble the ball up the court tonight? I feel like we've been doing that all season.
Yep.
But I'm glad it's now Ty Jerome dribbling the ball up the court. And you mentioned the bench. It was nice to have that kind of production off of the bench. Well, this is just a simple math thing on some level. Like, if Ty Jerome is now your primary lead guard, well, then Cam Spencer goes to the bench, Vince Williams goes to the bench, and now your bench is better. So it's just a numbers game that we're all forever on the wrong side of. But it's better to have Ty Jerome than to not have Ty Jerome. What's the mood like last night, pre-game, during the game, after the game, in terms of there are people who care deeply about this franchise. They care deeply about the players in those uniforms. And we are in a week where I think everybody is aware it is possible this stuff changes in a pretty dramatic way. It's possible it doesn't, but it's certainly possible that if you're a Grizzlies fan, whoever you describe as your favorite player, unless it's Cedric Howard or Zach Edey, there's a chance they might not be here on Friday. Can you feel that in the arena, or is it just like, hey, it's Monday night, it's a basketball game, it's a Monday night, it's a basketball game?
I mean, honestly, I think like we feel it, sure, but I don't know. I didn't necessarily feel that in the arena last night. You know, I mean, like, and obviously Ja is like the biggest name in all this, but like last night, he's dapping up all the coaches. He's having fun with his teammates. I think he's caught 1 million grenades from Ty Jerome since he came back. Like it's it looks the vibes seem great right now. The vibes seem pretty great. So I don't know what that means for Thursday, but as far as just the in arena experience last night, the vibes felt pretty high to me.
Well, like, it's just all strange. It's just all strange to be in this week, and to be in this week under, such a public set of circumstances. This isn't like all happening behind the scenes where it's like there maybe is an NBA insider, popping on Twitter suggesting maybe the Grizzlies could look to move Ja Morant at the trade deadline. Like, the report is like they are trying to move Ja Morant. Like, it's all very public.
And Shams has not moved off of that, by the way. Like, he said it on TV again yesterday, I believe.
Right. So this is all happening in a very public way. And so there's just an uneasiness to it. And I am looking forward to Thursday at 2:01 p.m. Central. Regardless of where this goes and how it goes, just to have some certainty one way or another, just to all right, this is what we're doing. This is where we're going. Because, whether it's in an Uber on the way to the airport or at the airport or on a plane, to the extent anybody cares enough to say anything to me. The one thing I have gotten more than anything else over the past few weeks is like, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think they're going to do? What do you think the plan is? And it's just hard to answer those questions. And it's been hard to answer those questions for a while. I've had different answers for, even if you ask me, what do I want? Over the past 3 weeks or whenever this ball got rolling, I have had different answers to that question. You know, sometimes people will ask you, so what do you think's going to happen? And then sometimes people will ask you, what do you want to happen? And to the what do you think's going to happen, my answer has consistently been mostly tied to, I'm not sure. I can tell you what I think is more likely than not based on what Grizzlies beat writers are telling me is more likely than not, but I'm not sure. But when the question turned to, okay, what do you want to happen? I've had different answers to that question. I would assume I'm not the only one. There was a time where I was like, yeah, it's just time to move on. It is what it is. It hadn't been right in a while. It's time to turn the page on this. I was there. And then London happened, and it's almost
that
like
was fun. Yeah.
But it's almost like you get caught up in like
in a moment. Yeah, for sure.
You get caught like you get caught up in a moment. Like, oh man, I've had 7 straight bad weeks, but we had this one great night. Man, if we could replicate that night. And then I sort of moved off. I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know how you could just give away the franchise player, everybody's favorite player, if the trade packages are what they reportedly seem to be. I think I just let this trade deadline pass and fingers crossed and hope that everybody has maybe learned something from this experience. That something specifically being that however you got sideways with each other, however it got damaged to this point, you're still, the best thing for both of you is still to be together, awesome together. That's the best thing for both of you if you can pull it off. I got to that point. And then, he got hurt again. And I'm just like, is it time to turn the page? It's just, I have been back and forth on that one. Yeah. And I don't think I'm the only person who has. And so, yeah, go ahead.
Well, I mean, it's just like if we all kind of are settling on, if this roster was fully healthy, it'd be good. Like, this team would probably be good if everybody was healthy and playing. Then I don't know why you wouldn't try to retool with it. And because, again, you're in the position that you're in, so you're going to get a lottery pick probably, right? So you add that to this if everybody's back and healthy next season. I don't know. I mean, I could totally talk myself into them being awesome next year with this exact same roster if everybody plays. I could.
We've been saying that for like 4 years.
But then the counterpoint to that is if we say that every year, well, like, what's going to change when we bring in new players?
I understand.
Like,
I understand.
You know?
I understand. Like, I'm not even arguing with you. I'm just counterpointing you. I'm not even arguing with you. I'm just counterpointing you.
And I do think that
that was me playing the role of Michael Wallace.
Well, but that's the thing is, like, to what I just said, you can make that exact point, but then I can make it is. I agree with it's hard to just have some kind of definitive this is how it should be, this is what's going to get them here.
It's a lot of questions right now, not as many answers. We'll get some on Thursday by 2:00 Central, and then we'll look up and see where we're at. Jeff Pearlman is up next.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item, whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Own the 2025-26 Grizzlies season with the 10-game Flex Pack, the ultimate way to catch all the action on your terms. Choose your favorite matchups from intense rivalries to weekend thrillers and customize your pack to fit your schedule. With 10 games to pick, you'll never miss the moments that matter most. Visit Grizzlies.com/packs today to build your perfect ticket pack and cheer on the Grizzlies your way. It's your team, your season, and your schedule, so don't miss out. Grizz Nation, Friday night just got a whole lot better. Introducing Buckets and Brews, the ultimate way to tip off your weekend. Every Friday this season, grab a terrace-level ticket to the Grizz game and 2 12-ounce Miller Lights for just $55. Get great seats, cold brews, and Grizzlies basketball. It's everything you need to start your weekend off right. So get the deal that's too cold to hold. Go to grizzlies.com/Friday to lock in your tickets today.
Duke is suing their quarterback because Darian Menza announced he was entering the transfer portal last Friday. So Duke said, no, you're not.
I'm all for NIL. I'm all for player freedom to transfer and player empowerment. But just saying, I signed the contract, but the contract doesn't matter. I don't understand how that works.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
His weekly radio show last night had some interesting comments directed at Memphis basketball fans. I'll share those with you. We'll do it in the next segment. But right now, Jeff Pearlman is a New York Times best-selling author.
I couldn't hear you, but now I can hear you. I apologize.
Okay, I'm sorry. I think I might have been muted for reasons that didn't make sense to me, so let's start this over. Penny Hardaway is the Memphis basketball coach, held his weekly radio show last night, had some interesting comments for Memphis basketball fans. We're going to get to that in the next segment. But right now, Jeff Pearlman, you see him. He's the New York Times best-selling author whose most recent book has consumed me for much of the past month. It's called Only God Can Judge Me, The Many Lives of Tupac Shakur, available anywhere you get books, including Amazon. Jeff, I appreciate you getting up early on this Tuesday morning. Thank you for being here.
I feel like it's kind of lame of me that early is 8:20. Like 8:20 isn't really that early, but it is in my lazy ass life. So thank you.
Yeah, listen, man, you did an amazing job with this. I got to it a little later than some, but I could not have enjoyed it more. It's all I wanted to talk about with anybody else who enjoys the music of Tupac Shakur or has been interested or fascinated by the life of Tupac Shakur. So I want to start with you on this. You are traditionally a sports writer. You are around my age. You look kind of like me. How did you decide that you're going to tackle the topic of Tupac Shakur?
I assume by that you mean dashingly handsome.
That's what I meant exactly. Exactly.
I feel you 100%. I mean, you're right. Across the board, I'm a white sports writer from rural New York, and I wanted to do a book. I wanted to break out of sports and try something different, just life experience. I've been a fan of hip hop for years and years and years. I always tell people hip hop was kind of my education in a lot of ways for Black history and what it is to, you know, the Black struggle in America. You can't experience it, but you can read about it and hear about it. And I'd always been fascinated by Tupac in particular. And I just never felt like there was the great deep dive, interview 700 people, just put everything into it, look at his life. It always was through the prism of, I love Tupac, or Tupac was the prophet, or Tupac blah, 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 all these things, which is fine. I just wanted to do a deep dive into his life, and nobody had done it. So I figured, okay, I'll try it.
The whole time I am reading this book, I am holding two thoughts. One, Tupac was an amazing talent, just a uniquely gifted individual, like wise beyond his years, often when he talked on camera about anything, but particularly societal issues. Like, that's one thought. And the other thought is, dude, just calm down, and because you seem impossible to be around and work with. And I gather in all the people you talked to, that was a common takeaway. Like, everybody was fascinated by his brilliance, but man, he was tough to be around on a daily basis.
I would say he had the ethos of a Black Panther instilled by his mother, and oftentimes the patience of a 5-year-old. There was no, let's develop this thought and move forward. There's no, here's a plan. What are the steps we need to do? Like, he was now. We need to do this now. He was very impulsive, very carnal in his needs, whether it's alcohol, whether it's weed, whether it's sex. Like, he was like these two competing sort of things. And also you have to remember he had a mom, a former Black Panther, Pearlman Shakur, who was his hero, his role model. He held her up to these incredibly high standards. And at the same time, as you know, because you read the book, she was a crack addict who disappointed him in 8,000 different ways. So he did not have the natural development. And I think people need to remember that when they think about Tupac. It wasn't like, I'm going to go to 12 years of school, and then I'm going to go to college, and then I'm going to this and that, and I'll have some girl. It was all force crammed into him in very jarring and impoverished and tragic ways oftentimes.
You mentioned his mother, and that's exactly right. Like, he loved his mother, but, and I say this as respectfully as I can say it, she was not a good mother. And yet that love was always there till the day that he died. How do you make sense of that?
It's very hard. I mean, it's almost, even saying she's not a good mother, I understand why you're saying it, but it almost like simplifies a very complex situation, which is you have this woman, and she's, she is this hero. She's this absolute hero, this badass Black Panther 21 trial, represented herself in court, facing a lifetime in prison without a high school diploma, literally got rid of her own attorney because she wanted to represent herself. One, is being shuffled back and forth from jail to the court every day while pregnant with Tupac. She births her. The father is nowhere to be found. And she's basically like, she's paranoid justifiably. She's scared justifiably. She sees her son as this almost like chosen figure from the very beginning. She'd been pregnant a bunch of times and had miscarriages. She sees him as almost like this gift from God. And at the same time, she's just burdened by crack addiction, burdened by the trauma of her own life. And what Tupac is fed from his mother, along with the love of reading, along with the love of music, is trauma, poverty, rats running along the baseboards, paranoia. Are the cops watching us? Is the FBI watching us? All these things fed into this very young, artistic, hyper-intelligent brain. It was kind of an overload of everything.
I had a surface level understanding of his life before the book. One of the things I did not realize is how quickly he went from poverty and anonymity to fame and fortune. Can you just expand on that? He is sleeping on other people's couch. He was poor, incredibly poor, and basically homeless for much of his life. And then, I mean, just like that, he's a movie star, a hip hop star. Can you just explain how that happened?
I feel like people actually overlook that a lot. People forget he was 25 when he died. He was a baby. Like, he was a baby. His life, I always said the books I've written, like Walter Payton as an example, even Walter Payton dying at 46 had this stretched out life, right? Tupac is like this. He's like, I always say he's like a smash burger. Like, everything is like really tight and compact, and he went from here to here to here really quick. He's in New York. He moves to Baltimore when he's in middle school. After his junior year at the Baltimore School for the Arts, his family relocates to Northern California in Marin City, against all of Tupac's wishes, against his sister's wishes, but his mom moves out there. And he's this performing arts kid who is kicked out of, they live in the projects in public housing in Marin City. His mom, Effendi, kicks him out because she's just hardcore addicted to crack, and he wants nothing to do with it. He winds up basically with a plastic bag full of stuff walking around the projects. A guy named Demetrius Striplin sees him, has him move in with him. Demetrius Striplin happens to be a DJ. Tupac starts kind of hanging with these guys, rapping with these guys. He's discovered one day, basically kind of randomly, by a woman named Layla Steinberg, who has all these talent connections. And honestly, like within a year, he's a part of Digital Underground touring America. And Digital Underground, for people who don't remember, is the Humpty Dance, who are a huge hip hop group. And then before you know it, he's in Juice, in the movie Juice, starring all by accident. So it is homeless with a bag from wandering the projects a year later, touring America with Digital Underground and basically getting a role in a major motion picture.
There are people who still to this day consider him, if not the GOAT of hip hop, certainly one of the greatest rappers of all time. And I gather from your book, there are people who hold this opinion. He might have been a better, naturally, actor than rapper. Is that true?
I think so, actually. I interviewed Jim Belushi, who was in Gang Related with Tupac. And he said to me, Gang Related, I don't know if you've seen Gang Related. You seen Gang Related?
I have not seen Gang Related.
I mean, it's okay. It's not great, but and Belushi would agree that he told me Tupac he thought was 1 or 2 roles away from being an Academy Award-winning actor, and I think most people he was never. The problem is, real quick, is Tupac was supposed to be in Menace to Society. He had a dispute with the directors, the Hughes brothers, and he basically beats the crap out of Alan Hughes, and everyone sees this happen. And I interviewed Alan Hughes for this book, and he said to me, like, Tupac was this great talent, this beautiful actor, this soul who understood and empathized. But to be a young black man in Hollywood is hard enough. You get pigeonholed. To be a young black man with a reputation that you're going to beat the crap out of the director, he said to me, this is literally Alan Hughes said to me, do you really think James Cameron or Steven Spielberg is going to hire an actor who in his last role beat up the director? So Tupac made it really hard on himself. And even in these crappy movies he was in, Juice was a good movie, but otherwise not great, he was a star. He was a star.
I keep reading these stories of these incidents, like the incident with the Hughes brother, which I think happened in like the middle of the street here in Midtown Manhattan. And
no, that one was in L.A., but there were others in Manhattan. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like he kept the impulse. He just could not control himself. And I guess this is a good way to get us to this part. It is literally what led to his murder. I think for years, lots of people assumed Diddy, Biggie, all of the conspiracies. You talked to like 700 people. You've done all the reporting on this. It's not a Diddy thing. It's not a Biggie thing. It's actually, I think you've described it this way, the way Tupac, this incredible talent, died. It's just a stupid story. Can you tell it in however many words you need?
Yeah, it's throughout this book, I kept thinking, am I wrong on this? Am I wrong on this? Because I started with, God, this is the dumbest death ever. Like, this is the thing that bothers me. I just want to say, Tupac was great. He actually had greatness in him. He truly did. And he had this Black Panther ethos that his mom really instilled in him. And now he's in Las Vegas for the Mike Tyson-Bruce Seldon fight. And it's after the fight at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. And Tupac and a bunch of death row guys are in the MGM Grand lobby. And one of the guys named Trayvon Lane, all the guys with death row are Bloods affiliated. He looks in the lobby and he sees a guy named Orlando Anderson. And Orlando Anderson was a Compton Crip, affiliated with Compton Crips. And a couple weeks earlier, this guy Orlando Anderson had stolen Trayvon Lane's medallion during a fight at a Foot Locker in a mall. It's all so stupid. Trayvon Lane looks at Orlando Anderson and says, yo, that's the guy. And Tupac's like, who? He's like, that guy right there in the Dan Marino jersey. He was wearing a Dan Marino jersey. That guy stole my chain. Tupac's like, that MF over there? Yeah, that guy. Tupac walks up to him, says, you from the South, which is Southside Compton Crips. Orlando Anderson turns. Tupac punches him. He falls. All the death row guys beat the crap out of him. They walk off. I interviewed a bunch of people who are involved in this, friends with Orlando Anderson. And honestly, what it comes down to more than anything is you're Orlando Anderson. You are from Compton. You are a member of the Crips. You just got your ass kicked publicly by a rapper. Not by a gangbanger, not by a guy, a hardened criminal, by a rapper. And as irrational and in a way silly as it sounds, you're not going back to Compton with your head held high, with any respect whatsoever, having just gotten boot stomped by Tupac Shakur. Later on that night, Tupac and Suge Knight driving around Las Vegas from Suge's club, down the strip, Flamingo and Colville. Orlando Anderson's driving around with his uncle, Keefe D, 2 other guys. Tupac is literally leaning out of Suge Knight's BMW, hollering at women, even though his fiance is back at the hotel. And a little detail. And I love Tupac. And Orlando Anderson's like, yo, that's that's the guy. And they're like, where? There's Pac right there in the car. And they pull up alongside him and they shoot him.
It's absolutely unbelievable. Dies days later in a hospital in Las Vegas at the age of 25. And was it just always going to end that way? Was there ever a scenario where in 2026 Tupac Shakur is a living legend, kind of like Snoop? Or was it just always going to end like that, somehow, somewhere?
You ever seen the movie Sliding Doors with Gwyneth Paltrow?
I know the movie. I can't remember it.
It's basically like she gets off the subway and she goes one way and her life changes this way, and she goes the other way and it changes another way. It's kind of these two paths with one singular moment. To me, the moment Tupac Shakur's family moves to Marin City, everything changes. And who knows what would have happened, right? Obviously. But Baltimore School for the Arts, he was there sophomore year, his junior year. The Baltimore School for the Arts is this amazing, amazing performing arts school, kind of like Fame in New York City, the performing arts school in New York City, where there's ballet dancers and there's opera, and you walk in the front doors, as I did, and you hear a symphony playing. It's just a beautiful place. And Tupac loved it there. And his acting chops, I talked to a lot of professors, a lot of teachers, a lot of students. His acting chops are off the charts, off the charts. I do think there's a sliding door moment when if Tupac stays in Baltimore, maybe he sticks with acting more than hip hop. He goes to college. Maybe he goes to the Berkeley School of Music, or he goes to whatever, and he becomes this, like, there is a sliding door moment where Marin City takes him to this really, really bad area where his mom dives even deeper into crack addiction, where Tupac is wandering homeless with a plastic bag over his head, where that never happens. And maybe Tupac is just, we're thinking of Tupac the way we think of Tom Hanks or Denzel Washington or Brad Pitt in 2026.
As I was preparing to talk to you last night, checking into my hotel, it sort of occurred to me where I'm at. I know you know I'm in New York City. I am specifically on the 31st floor of the Thompson Hotel, which used to be the Parker Meridian.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so
did you do that just for this interview? Did you do that just for,
I have spent a million nights here. I have spent a million nights here, and it was probably like 15 years ago. I was walking back into the hotel, and they check a key card every time. You cannot walk into this hotel at night without showing a key card to security. And this is just a true story. I'll just tell it. I'm literally coming back to my hotel with Mateen Cleaves, Michigan State point guard who won the national championship. We had worked together, and he goes, "You know why they make you show your key card every time you come in here at night?" And I said, "Why?" He said, "This is where the Tupac thing happened." And I didn't know that until then. What the thing is the incident that led to his sexual assault conviction, it happened in this hotel. That is what, on some level, leads to him becoming a member of Death Row, because Suge gets him out. It leads to, you know, the famous California, like out on bail, straight out of jail, California. Like, that's an iconic line. And that incident happened, I'm assuming, a few floors above me, because I know it was a suite in this hotel, in this building. What did your reporting tell you about that?
I mean, in a lot of ways, it's Tupac at his kind of worst. You know, the charge, everyone thinks the charge was a sexual assault or rape. It wasn't. It was sexual battery. And basically, Tupac had met this woman at the club Nell's, which I'd actually been to. I forgot I'd been there when I was working at Sports Illustrated and living in New York City. We used to go to Nell's every now and then. I forgot about that until a friend's like, "We used to go to Nell's." He's basically at Nell's. He meets this young woman. She gives him oral sex on the dance floor. It's kind of weird. And that, as you would agree, that never happens to a sports fighter. Never happens to a sports
not
fighter.
Me. Not this one.
Never. If I be a sports writer, that happened to, and I'll pay $1 million.
Yeah.
And they go back to his room at the Parker Meridian. They have sex. She comes back another time. They kind of like, she's basically a booty call to him, like nothing more than that. But this one time she's there, and he calls, says, "Come on over." He says, give me a massage. And he has all his guys in the other room, and all the guys come in. And sort of according to, you know, accounts, his account, different accounts, it's not that Tupac raped her. It's that Tupac left his guys to do what they wanted with her and could have stopped them and didn't. And even Tupac admitted later on, he maintained his innocence, but he didn't maintain his complete innocence. And what I mean is, he did agree, like, he left this woman alone with these people and sort of just washed his hands of it. And this happens, and she then calls the police, and he winds up getting arrested, and he winds up being charged with sexual battery. Now, his attorneys thought he was going to get probation. In fact, everybody thought he was going to get probation. And he winds up getting basically a 1.5 to 4 year sentence at Clinton Correctional Facility, which is no joke. Clinton is a hardcore. It's like when Michael Vick went to Leavenworth and people are like, he got off easy. No, you don't get off easy going to Leavenworth, and you don't get off easy going to Clinton Correctional Facility. I'll tell you a crazy thing. I went to high school with a kid named Brian Hitney, and he found out I was doing a Tupac book, and he DM'd me on Facebook, and he's like, I was there the first day Tupac was in prison. And I was like, what? And he happened to be in college in upstate New York, and they were doing a project about Clinton, and they were allowed behind the walls of Clinton, and they're there filming a documentary for their college project about Clinton, and who walks by on his first day but Tupac and all the guys on his first day, which I thought was a crazy little serendipitous reporting moment.
Incredible. I'm not going to keep you too much longer. I could talk to you all day. I know you've told this story a bunch, but I apologize for asking you to retell it, but it's amazing. And I hope it's the thing that you feel best about in your work, because you changed people's lives. You connected a mother and her son. The story is connected to the hit, Brenda's Got a Baby, a 1991 hit by Tupac Shakur. If you don't mind, I'll let you take it from there.
I knew which story you were going to ask as soon as I heard it. It's all good. Yeah, I mean, Brenda's Got a Baby. It's funny. It's Tupac's first kind of hit. I don't think it's a cool song, right? It's a cool song and it's cool storytelling. I don't think Tupac would say later on it's one of my 20 favorite songs, but it's a really important song in his catalog. And the song, basically, Tupac was in New York City filming Juice, and every day he would get the newspaper delivered to his trailer. And one day he's reading the New York Daily News, and there's an article, Cries in the Night, and it is about a 12-year-old girl who is raped by a cousin, doesn't tell anyone. This is in the projects in Brooklyn. Delivers a baby on the bathroom floor, puts a baby in a plastic bag, throws a baby down the trash heap, and someone who works in the lobby, one of the custodians, hears what he thinks is either a cat or a baby, and it's the day the trash is supposed to be compacted, and he walks over and he finds this baby in a plastic bag, and it's an article in the day they find the mom, blah blah. Tupac reads the article. He says to Omar Epps, his co-star, "Hold on, I got to go in my trailer." And he goes in his trailer and he takes about 30 minutes and he writes a song, Brenda's Got a Baby. Brenda's got a baby. Brenda's barely got a brain. A damn shame. The girl can hardly spell her name. I'm sure we could do a duo in this song, but it might be awkward. So you do know all the words, I assume, Gary?
Yes, of course. Yes, we could do it, but yes, it would be awkward.
Okay. So we won't. We'll hold that for the next time. So I'm kind of fascinated by this. I'm like, what is it? I heard in an interview with Omar Epps on some YouTube channel that, Tupac read the article, blah, blah, blah. So I'm from Mahopac, New York, small town. One of my classmates was a great genealogist named Michelle Suley, like one of the greats. And I said to her, do you think we could find this child, this baby? She's like, I don't know, but give me a few days. One day she calls me with a number. She's like, I think this is it. His name's Davon Hodge. And I text him because nobody answers our phones anymore, right? You can't just call people anymore, strange number. I text him this really, really awkward text. Hey, my name's Jeff Pearlman, working a book about Tupac. By any chance, might this be you? And I attached the Daily News article. Imagine getting that text. Like, not my smoothest moment. And he writes back basically, holy crap. And a week later, I'm in Las Vegas, or whatever number of days later, I'm in Las Vegas interviewing him, and it's him. And basically, he was found. He was adopted by a family in Las Vegas. A couple years ago, his parents died. His adoptive parents died. He does an Ancestry.com search. All these things point back to the Noble Drew Ali Public Housing Unit in Brooklyn. He's like, holy crap. He reaches out to some people who live there. And they're like, do you know who you are? He's like, Davon. They're like, we think your mom threw you down a trash heap, blah, blah, blah. He goes to Brooklyn and visits. And he has like this Antoine Fisher reunion where they're all there and all these relatives are there and baby and oh my God. And they're like, do you know the song Brenda's Got a Baby? He's like, of course I do. We think you're the baby. What? So this all happens. I have this interview with him and he hasn't seen his mom. And I said to Michelle, I was like, do you think we could find the mom? I don't know, maybe. One day she gets a number. She calls this number. She's like, by any chance, is this Jeanette? Who's this? My name is Michelle, blah, 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 blah. I'm working on a book with this author. And we're writing about, and she starts going, do you know where my baby is? Do you know where my baby is? She's screaming. And Michelle goes, yeah, we do. She's like, oh my God. I need to get home. I'm away from home, but I live in Newark, New Jersey. I need to get home. I need to go home. Well, where are you? He goes, I'm at a Red Hot Chili Pepper concert. Well, where's the concert? It's in Las Vegas. And she's like, your son lives in Vegas. What? And they meet that night and reunite. And that is the opening of my book.
You did that. Like, you made that.
My genealogist did it. I just want to say, my genealogist,
That's
Michelle
fair.
Suley, deserves all the praise.
That's fair. Can you update us? Do you know, have they kept in touch? Do you know the status of that relationship? Yeah.
His mom moved to Las Vegas, and they definitely have a relationship. There's a lot of trauma to overcome. Like, I wish it were rosy. Like, they're all great and everything's great. Like, it's an awkward relationship. Davon is one of the best human beings on the planet. I actually appeared on All the Smoke, the Matt Barnes show with him. And it was awesome. He's such a good guy, and he just wants love and compassion. And he's, they're trying to forge a relationship, but it's definitely not easy.
I can understand that. Last thing before I get you out of here, and I appreciate your time.
Yeah. I like talking to sports guys, Gary. It's been a lot of hip hop. It's nice talking to sports guys.
I could do this all day. Perhaps I'm the only person who's asked you about this specifically, but I heard you say it once or read you said it somewhere once, and it has always stuck with me because I appreciated this band and also loved it in a way that I think you did too.
I know where you're going. Go ahead.
You said you want to do a Shannon Hoon book someday. And Shannon Hoon is like one of my favorite songwriters from that era. Also tragically died at the young 28 years old. Do you ever think you'll go down that path? And why are you fascinated by Shannon Hoon?
First of all, no, because now I know. I always say 2 people will buy the book. Now I know 3 people will buy the book.
Okay.
But that may not be enough to sustain. I'm with you, man. Blind Melon was awesome. And Shannon Hoon was an amazing song. He wrote Change at 17 years old. Change is a great, great song that not enough people know. The song Soup is amazing. Just an amazing song. And even weirder is it does not appear on the album Soup. It appears on the album after he died. I think Blind Melon, had Shannon Hoon lived and had they survived each other, would have been one of the all-time great bands. I think is one of the great what ifs in music is had Shannon Hoon lived. I freaking love. I'm all about Blind Melon, and I love their reunion. I went to the reunion tour when Travis Warren stepped in, and he was really good, and it was fun. So nobody's buying it. It's so fringe. It'd be like I'm gonna do a book about just John Oates' solo career, like. Right. But I love him.
I understand, but hey, if you ever do it, you got. I'll be the early.
I'll be getting a blurb from Gary Parrish.
100%. I'll be there for you. The book is called Only God Can Judge Me: The Many Lives of Tupac Shakur. The author is Jeff Pearlman. You can find the book anywhere you find books, including Amazon. Jeff, I appreciate you being here, man. I know you've told all these stories 50,000 times, but I love talking to you about them, and thank you for your time.
Now, did you actually travel with your banner to New York, your background banner? Do you bring that in a suitcase?
I keep it here. They let me keep it at the hotel. God bless these people here.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, thank you, Gary. I appreciate it.
All right. Take care, brother. That's Jeff Pearlman, New York Times best-selling author. The book is called Only God Can Judge Me: The Many Lives of Tupac Shakur.
That was cool. I too would buy that book, GP.
I'm telling you, my wife has enjoyed it, and she doesn't have an inherent interest in Tupac Shakur, but it is a fascinating life story. I'm not exaggerating. I could have talked to Jeff for 5 hours about that, just about every aspect of his life, because it ended at 25. You don't even know who you are at 25, or at least I didn't, and then he goes from just impoverished, you don't know where this life is going, but there's not a lot of positive signs in it, and he's super famous super fast. I mean, when he gets the starring role in Juice, like, he had never been in anything of substance before. He wasn't even supposed to audition. They weren't even looking for somebody like him, because I don't know if people realize this about Tupac. He was small in stature. He's like 5'8", 100 and nothing pounds. for that role in that movie, they were looking for a bigger, more intimidating guy. They were specifically casting from like the umbrella of rappers. They were looking for rappers who could maybe, act a little in this movie. And that's how Tupac ended up like at the casting set, but he wasn't supposed to audition. He like just saw everybody else doing it and was like, hey, can I audition? And somebody in charge was like, I mean, here's the script. And he like walked it across the street to a restaurant, sat with it for an hour or so, learned it, went back, killed the audition, and they hired him. Suddenly he's the lead actor in a major motion picture. It happened like that. It was that fast. And then, the bad outweighed the good, and it ended the way it ended. But the brilliance was there. I mean, you can find clips on YouTube of him talking about any number of things, and the messages still hold up 30 years later. There's a YouTube clip. Just Google Tupac Shakur and Donald Trump. It's like 4 or 5 minutes. This is in the early 90s. And, he makes some interesting points. There's clips where he's talking about the gaps between the wealthy and the poor. And he tells a story about knocking on a hotel room door. And that message still holds up strongly all these years later. He was a brilliant, brilliant man in so many ways. And then this is the thing you just keep getting back to in this book. He could not get out of his own way. It was just one crazy incident after another. I mean, I didn't even get to half of it with him. I mean, there's a shooting involved. And I don't mean the one where he got shot here in New York City. I mean, like, he pulled the trigger. It was like, bro, just calm down. And you're the biggest star in the world. And he could not get out of his own way. And it led to what happened in Las Vegas that night. It wasn't a conspiracy. It wasn't a hit in any sort of way that the documentaries have suggested. He punched the wrong guy in a casino for no good reason, and then paid a price for it a few hours later. It's as simple and stupid as that. But the book is amazing. If you're a Tupac fan, you'll love it. If you're a hip-hop fan, you'll love it. I don't think you've got to be either one of those things. I think you could just be somebody who is fascinated by fascinating lives, and you would enjoy the book. Only God Can Judge Me, The Many Lives of Tupac Shakur, the author, Jeff Pearlman. We come back, turn our attention college basketball. Penny Hardaway had his weekly radio show last night and had a message for Memphis basketball fans. I'll read to you what he said. We'll do that next. Gary Parrish Show, presented by Ortho South.
Grizzlies fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but nothing compares to catching them IRL. And that starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight in person. From seeing your favorite Grizzly stars up close to hearing the squeak of the sneakers on the hardwood. Put that jersey collection to use and get tickets at Ticketmaster. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside, Memphis.
The heaviest metal credit card of all time. Rumored to be one of only 18 in existence. Plated with the very same tungsten that forged the International Space Station. And wielded at business dinners like a samurai sword. It's a classic corporate power move. But the real power move? Having end-to-end visibility on your most critical shipments. FedEx, the new power move.
Now that's the new edition way.
I feel like there's another level we can take it to.
What you think, Mike?
2 steps ahead of you, Slick.
What's good, bro?
What you doing, man?
I'm in.
Woman, you don't even know what I'm getting ready to ask you.
Here's the vision. All 3 of us on the same stage every night.
Gonna be crazy.
No barriers, no separation. It'll be like 9 kings and a queen.
The next level starts now.
I want to give Jock Landale some freaking love, bro. The dude been balling out of his mind.
Jock's a good player. Jock Landale's been great for the Grizzlies. He has just been, in his own words, miscast.
Yeah, but this has been the best career.
If he's your backup 5, He has been just, I mean, and even thrown into a situation that he wasn't expecting to be thrown into. Yeah. He has been outstanding.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Can be unpredictable, unforeseen, and unscheduled, and Ortho South understands this better than anyone. Since your injuries don't make appointments, you don't need to either. And that's because Ortho South welcomes walk-ins during the weekdays and the evenings, and even on Saturdays. So next time an unforeseen injury makes an unscheduled appearance in your life, visit orthosouth.org to find your nearest urgent care location. Just walk in at Ortho South to take care of everything, especially you. Learn more at orthosouth.org. That's orthosouth at orthosouth.org. Now, I got 5 more things you need to know.
Number 1.
Penny Hardaway held his weekly radio show last night at Brookhaven, and among other things, he said the following, quote, "I will be the last person ever to damage this program in any way, shape, or form." Bennett, what do you think that means?
I'll take him at his word. I agree. I agree with him. Yes.
It's clear he's.
I never once thought that he was trying to damage this program.
No, but like it is. I don't know exactly what he meant by that, other than these are the types of things you start to say when you're feeling it.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
You know, when you're feeling, when you got ears and you got eyes, and some of the people who used to love you, maybe they don't love you as much as they used to, or at least they don't love the job you're doing as much as they used to. He had this to say as well, quote, "You don't want to feel like people are against you in your hometown or at your school. At the end of the day, people know why I do this. It doesn't excuse me from anything, but I'm doing it for the right reason. It guts me every time we lose. I want us to be part of the elite. I feel like we can really turn it around, and I think the people really pushing for us all out 100% because they understand things can happen. The more you support the team, support me, the better we're going to be," end quote. You just never want to get to this place when you've got a bad record in a bad league, attendance is down, and you are using your radio show to ask people to please still support us. Like when you get there, you're in a bad place. And so here we are in year 8, probably headed for another season that concludes with something short of a trip to the NCAA tournament, certainly short of a victory in the NCAA tournament, which means that barring a surprise, 8 years will be in the books and just one NCAA tournament win to show for it. That is not anything close to any normal Memphis historical standard, and that's how you end up saying the things that Penny was saying last night. I'm not even bringing this up to like throw it back in his face. Like it makes me sad. Like because you don't want to feel like people are against you in your hometown. That is a weird feeling, man. And I could never go through it the way Penny Hardaway could or any Memphis basketball coach could. But there have been times where I was critical of things in my hometown in a public way because my job required it. And let me be clear. I don't want to overstate my place in this world. But like most people didn't even know or care. I want to start there, all right? Most people didn't even know or care. But it felt like people in my hometown were pushing against me, perhaps just on social media. But, you know, somebody'd send you a Facebook link and it'd be like, click on it and it's yuck. Ugh, man, I thought man, I'm Facebook friends with this person. I thought I hit the heart emoji on their little kid's birthday party last month. And now, oh man, they don't like me no more. And it's all stupid and whatever, but you feel that?
Yeah.
And so I understand what he's talking about. And he's dealing with it in a way that like 50 million levels above. Again, I'm not trying to overstate my place in anything. I'm just saying there's a moment in time where Penny Hardaway could walk in any restaurant in Memphis and it's like, go Tigers, go. Can I get a selfie? You're the best. You signed another 5-star recruit. We've got the #1 recruiting class in the country again. Go Tigers, go. And it was all good. And now, I don't think he's walking into restaurants and it's ugly, but I bet it doesn't feel the same. I bet it doesn't feel the same every time you walk into a room. Like the way it's felt your entire life. How about this? I'm projecting here. I bet you it is more uncomfortable right now walking into rooms in Memphis, Tennessee for Penny Hardaway, you ready for this? Than it's been since he's been 16 years old, 17 years old. He has been loved his entire life in his hometown, his entire life. Since we were aware that there was a basketball star named Anthony, he has been loved in his hometown his entire life. And now some of the same people who put the 1 cent logo on their feet, who have the posters on their wall, who have selfies framed with him in their home. Some of those same people are on message boards saying he needs to go. Some of those same people are on Twitter saying he needs to go. Some of those same people are grabbing microphones and saying he needs to go. And that's hard, man. So when I hear him say that last night, I don't read it and go, well, then do a better job, or whatever the reaction could be. I read it and I go, man, it makes me sad for him. And this is exactly why some people didn't want to do this. I always thought that was wrong, and I still do. When people said, you don't hire Penny Hardaway because eventually you'll have to fire him. And
look what happened
ugly.
to Larry, yep.
There were people who didn't want to do it because of that specifically. I thought that was wrong. You still needed to do it. And 2 top-ranked recruiting classes in the country are evidence why. Ticket sales spiking, at least temporarily, is the reason why. You still needed to do what you did. You still needed to hire Penny Hardaway in that moment. It was the right thing to do. I wrote a column a few off seasons ago where, when the whole staff got fired, it felt chaotic again. And I was just like, what are we doing? And I felt like I needed to weigh in on it, because if it would have been a different basketball program, I would have, given my job. And I didn't want people out there saying, man, so you're just not going to write it? It's Memphis, so you're not going to write it? I felt that, if I'm just telling the truth. I was literally on vacation in the airport, but felt like I needed to say something. And I don't mind the column, most of it, because it felt right in the moment. I thought it caught the temperature well in the moment. But there is one sentence in it that I wish I could take back. I wrote in there, I was wrong. I wrote in there, I said, fire Tubby Smith, hire Penny Hardaway. And I don't mind telling you, I was wrong. And when I look back at that column, I wish I could have that part back, because I don't think I was wrong. I actually think it was the right thing to do. It hasn't gone as well as we'd hoped, but I don't think it was the wrong thing to do. I still think it was the right thing to do. But among the people who didn't want to do it, among the reasons they said they didn't want to do it was because it'll get ugly someday, and I don't want to go through that. Not with him. Not with my favorite player. Not with our greatest alum. Again, I don't think that's a good enough reason not to do it, but here we are. Here we are. This is it. This is what you didn't want to go through. Here we are.
Yeah, and I've said to you before, and I think he completely deserves the opportunity to try to right this ship after this disastrous of a season. We can all agree this season's been an absolute disaster for, I think, multiple reasons. And so we'll see what happens after this. I don't think anyone, we'll see if they can even do anything in the conference tournament. But, I look around and he's got guys all over the NBA right now. I mean, he does. Jalen Darryn was just named an all-star. And you look at, and I know completely different situations, but like, what they say at Kentucky with Cal, like, okay, that's great that you're sending everybody to the NBA. We want to win, we want to win a championship. And I think that they would take that back. I do. I think that they would take back what they said then about, that's fine, you're sending everybody to the NBA, but we want to win. So I think he deserves the right to try to right this ship. And I just hope it happens. That's where I'm at.
I'm not,
because I'm with you. Everything you just said, I completely agree with, GP. It does suck seeing this. I hate it.
I understand both sides of this, honestly. I'm not going to get loud about this, and no matter where it goes. If the decision is, hey, it's Penny Hardaway, and we're going to give him an opportunity to bounce back. He was a 5 seed in the NCAA tournament less than a year ago. We're going to give him the opportunity to bounce back. Yeah, we're going to ask, request, demand some staff changes, but we're going to give him an opportunity to try to bounce back from this awful season. I'll understand that. I won't know if it's the right thing to do, but I'll understand it. And if they decide like enough's enough, because anybody other than Penny Hardaway with this resume would have been probably moved a couple years ago, at least, I'll understand that too. I can understand both sides of it. It just stinks to be in this situation. Either way, Memphis up next, a game at UAB that is set for Thursday.
Number 2.
Oh, buddy, college basketball's most talented player stayed on the court till the very end last night, and he was awesome. Darryn Peterson led Kansas. Did you see this?
Hell yeah, I saw it.
Ooh,
I'm locked in now, dude. I'm locked in. I'm watching every night.
Oh man, come on, ping pong boss.
Yeah,
come on, ping pong boss. He was not awesome for most of the game. Very ordinary relative to what he has done and what he's capable of. Kansas was down much of the game. They're down 3 with like 80 seconds left, and then it's just he takes over. It was like, there's 10 guys on the court, but there's one different than everybody else, and he's going to handle things from here. He hits a leaning 3 from the right corner to tie the game at 61, and then comes back down 30-something seconds later, bangs home another 3. It's nothing. It's not like they ran something to get – it's just him. It's just, hey – can you go win this game? And he went out and won the game. And like I've been saying for a while, if it's just a basketball evaluation, this is easy. He's the most talented prospect in the country. He'll be the number 1 pick. The question becomes, like, what's going on with his body? And why was last night the first time he got to 35 minutes? Why has he had to sit out most of the second half of multiple games? Those are things franchises are going to dive into. But if it's just a basketball evaluation, that's the guy. DeBonsa's great. Cam Boozer's great. Caleb Wilson's great. Darius Acup's great. If it's just a basketball evaluation, Darryn Peterson is the number 1 pick. And you saw why, at least in the final 80 seconds last night.
Number 3.
Oh, with the trade deadline just a couple of days away, the Milwaukee Bucks are reportedly counter-offering multiple franchises in an attempt to get a deal done to get Giannis Antetokounmpo, the former MVP, the world champion, shipped out of Milwaukee. It sounds like this is going to happen, huh?
Man, I don't know. This is like everything. It's getting extremely complex because now you have this stuff that happened with James Harden now, which sounds like that's going to get done. I mean, Chris Haynes is just reporting that it sounds likely that the Cavs are going to make that trade and send Darius Garland to L.A. and bring James Harden to Cleveland. And the reason that I bring that up is because I read the piece this morning that it was Brian Windhorst, Tim Bontemps, just kind of going through like all the different things that people are talking about as far as trade deadline. And Wendy reported that the Cavs have contacted the Bucks about Giannis, and they've contacted the Mavs about AD. So obviously Cleveland is trying to shake things up, it appears. I mean, they've already made one trade with Hunter this week. So they're clearly trying to shake things up with that roster. And the Giannis thing, I don't know. Like, it's going to be... Would you be shocked if nothing significant happens this trade deadline other than this Harden deal? You would be shocked.
Well, I would consider Harden significant.
That is significant, yes.
Future Hall of Famer, still operating at a high level. I think, I'm leaning at this. I mean, I'm basing my opinion on nothing more than what I'm reading. But it sounds like, you could have 2 future Hall of Famers move at the very least. The way it's been described at ESPN.com as potential league-altering trade involving Giannis and a somewhat league-altering trade involving James Harden. Then, I know the Ja Morant situation has dominated this market for obvious reasons, but that's such a secondary. The Ja Morant trade deadline stuff is just a secondary story to the rest of the NBA.
Yeah. And the Giannis thing is interesting because they point out in their story this morning, there's actually it could behoove the Bucks to wait until the summer because then they know what their first round pick's going to look like, but then they also know what the picks of all these other teams like the Miami Heat are going to look like. And so can you get a better package for Giannis from a team like the Heat if you just wait until the summer to do this? Now it sounds like the pressure's on from his side, we need to get this done.
Yeah, the problem with that is that this isn't fantasy basketball.
Right.
This is you're dealing with humans, and it's almost like everybody. Let's say you're a consumer, you're a shopper, and you want something right now. And I say, but Bennett, you can, they're gonna have 15% off if you just wait till April. And you're like, yeah, but I can't wait till April. I don't want to wait till April. Let's just get this done now. I'll pay. Yeah, I could maybe get 15% better value if I wait till April, but I can't. I'm ready to be. I want to do this. You could maybe get a better package for Giannis in the summer, heading into the draft, after the lottery, whatever. But you got to live with it till then, And that could be a hard thing to live with. And NBA players, not Giannis specifically, but certainly there's a list of NBA players who have made uncomfortable situations even more uncomfortable in the spirit of forcing a franchise's hand. Giannis seems to not be Jimmy Butler, I'll just put it that way, but it seems everybody knows where this is headed, and the reporting right now, at least from Jamal Kier at ESPN, is that the Bucks are actively pursuing a trade partner for Giannis. So, as always, we'll see. But it sounds like they're trying to get this done, and Giannis, it doesn't sound like he's standing in the way.
Number 4.
The Charlotte Hornets won again yesterday. They've now won 6 straight. And I guess the highlight from it is LaMelo Ball and his coach headbutted each other right in the middle of the game. Kyra, do we have this? Bennett, did you see this yesterday?
I didn't see it.
Can't speed him up, plays at his own pace. Ooh. Oh, my. Friendly fire. That was Charles Lee and LaMelo.
He got cut like Rocky Balboa.
I didn't see this.
It's a laceration above the eye. Watch this.
Hold on.
Yeah, boom.
Coach, I think you got to get out of the way.
I think that's a coaching era. I think that's clearly a coaching era.
I think it might be. Why was he going for the ball? You're not in the game.
You're not in the game, bro.
Yeah.
You got to get your head out of the way. So LaMelo's got a cut above his eye, but he also has a 6-game winning streak. Think about this. There was this article at ESPN.com. You remember it, and it was focused mostly on Ja Morant, Trae Young, and LaMelo Ball. And it was like, these 3 guys, oh, man, they're problems. And they're all talented, but they're all headaches for different reasons. And who knows where they're going, but they got no trade value, and everybody hates them. I mean, that was the sentiment, at least. And since that article, Trae Young has been traded to Washington. You know the Ja Morant story.
Yep.
And then there's LaMelo Ball, who just decided to get awesome and go on a 6-game winning streak. And now the Hornets are the hottest team in the NBA or something like that.
Well, and he's 100% healthy and playing in all the games, and
that's nice. That's awesome.
Well, I'm just saying, look what can happen.
Look what can happen, man.
Yeah, no. Remember when we were super depressed about losing at home to the Hornets? It turns out they're amazing. It wasn't that bad of a loss after all.
That's like the best loss of the season now.
Yeah. So
this for college basketball, we'd call that a quad one loss
for sure. So no, it's a cool story. I mean, they're a fun team. Like we were even talking about it after that game. Like that sucked, but that was kind of fun watching them. They were really good, and they are. And I even said to you, like, okay, yeah, this is a cool story, but they've got a lot of ground to make up to even be a play-in team. Bro, they're like right there. They're like right there now. I mean, they're probably going to get into they're going to at least get into the play-in and maybe could work their way up to the playoffs. And I do feel like that's one of those teams that people are going to be, paying super close attention to. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if their first-round series, if they were to get there, is like one of the most watched series in the Eastern Conference in the first round.
I guess I'm happy for them, but I don't like it. I liked it back when I could always just be like, well, you know what? At least we're not Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. Like, you could just be like, you could be the Hornets. Relax. I know things aren't great, but like, could be the Hornets. I'd kill to be the Hornets right now.
Hey man, they got healthy and got their whole team together, and now they're on a run. So,
well, we should email them and figure out how they did that.
Yeah.
We should email them. We should send an email over to Charlotte and be like, hey, how'd you guys get everybody healthy and good? How'd you do that?
Sounds fun. It looks fun.
It'd be like, dear Hornets, hey, it's your buddies down in Memphis. I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but we used to look down at you guys. And when people would complain about the state of our franchise, we'd be like, yeah, you know what? At least we're not the Hornets. And so we noticed you guys have suddenly gotten healthy and gotten good. And we're just curious.
What happened there?
How'd you do that exactly? Could you hit us back? Hit me back.
Oh, yeah.
And if text is easier, here's my cell. But if you have any insight to how you got healthy and good, because we'd like to do that.
Yeah, man.
Maybe that's the message here. If the Hornets can get healthy and good, anybody can get healthy and good.
You're damn right.
If they can do it, anybody can do it.
You're damn right.
Let's be inspired by the Hornets, okay?
I already am.
I'm inspired by the Hornets. I hope LaMelo gets patched up or whatever he needs to do. Yeah.
Number 5.
Ooh, Monday Night Raw was awesome. Get your ones up. The OTC and CM Punk, they faced off in a promo. That's your main event at WrestleMania. It's already been determined. It's the OTC against CM Punk. They even asked the crowd in Philadelphia. They said, you want the OTC against Drew McIntyre? They said, hell no. Hell no.
I like Drew, though.
It's fine, but like that ain't the thing. That's the thing. You had two stars in the ring last night. The promo was great. They were both terrific. I think CM Punk, I don't want to speak out of school here, but I think most people would say CM Punk is the superior wrestler on the mic, but Roman Reigns was right there with him. Right, word for word, I thought for the most part last night, that was a good promo, Ben. I'm fired up. I'm back on board. I'm on the road to WrestleMania.
I'm conflicted because I love both of these guys. So I'm a little conflicted here, but I had a feeling that that's where this was going to go. And I honestly, as of this moment, GP, I really don't know where my allegiance lies. I don't. I love my OTC. I love my OTC. But CM Punk, he's kind of a legend in his own right. CM Punk's pretty cool.
I like both of these guys. I enjoy them both. There are some guys I don't care for, like LA Knight. I don't care about LA Knight. I don't need LA Knight. I don't need LA Knight in my life. Okay. Several others. I don't need them in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I like CM Punk in my life. I like Roman Reigns in my life. But I mean, I got to get my one up.
I feel like we're going to, because Roman, like when he came in the Rumble, like he acted like he was going to, have some fun with his cousin, and then he knocked him out. And so it's like we're still in heel Roman. Like he is the villain of this scenario. He just is, right? But
I got my one up. I'm sorry. I got my one up.
Sometimes it's fun to root for the bad guy, man. Sometimes it's fun to root for the bad guy.
Sometimes the bad guy's the best guy.
And listen, we're getting that belt back. I mean, we just are. I love CM Punk. I love CM Punk, but I feel like we're getting the belt back. I do. Roman said he's coming back to save the WWE.
In all seriousness, like, this is a television show. That's what it is. And he is the biggest star of the television show. Like like they will tell you that whether it's ticket sales, TV ratings, he moves the needle unlike anybody else. Roman Reigns. That's just the truth. Triple H will tell you that. There's nobody. Ticket sales, merch, needle mover. Cody Rhodes is great. Nobody is Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins is great. Nobody is Roman Reigns. So think about it from that perspective. In what world does it make sense to have a television show? You've got the biggest actor available to you to be the star of it, but you don't put him in the leading role. And by that, I mean put the belt on him, right? Yep. Have him main eventing. Like, he had to win Royal Rumble because he's got a main event WrestleMania because he's the biggest star by far right now. And so this all moves toward that. And then, yes, I assume he'll get the belt back and go on another long run.
Let's go. Let's go. I'm back. I'm all the way back. You wanted me back? I'm back. I'm here for the road to WrestleMania and seated. I'm ready.
I'm on the road to WrestleMania myself.
Let's go. I'm
on the road to WrestleMania myself. That was fun last night.
Yeah, it was.
Man, yeah, you don't love sitting in a hotel room all the time, but if you got to, it's nice to have Roman Reigns and CM Punk on TV, you know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right. Be back with Carry Out.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing compares to catching your Grizzlies IRL. And that all starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight. Put that jersey collection to use for the next game and get Grizzlies tickets at Ticketmaster. Whether they're here at FedEx Forum or on the road, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring tickets. And there's no better brag than saying you saw it live.
The long goodbye begins. A very special evening with Journey. Final Frontier Tour. Journey. Tickets are on sale now at journeymusic.com. Your chance to say goodbye to the songs that changed our lives. Journey. Final Frontier Tour.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
Watching the Grizzlies is easy with FanDuel Sports Network. If you have cable or satellite, you're all set. Find us on your channel lineup. You can also use your TV provider login to watch games on the FanDuel Sports Network app. No cable or satellite? Subscribe directly to FanDuel Sports Network online. You can also watch on Prime Video by adding a FanDuel Sports Network subscription. Not sure where to start? Visit FanDuelSportsNetwork.com to learn more.
The only thing better than Saturday Night Hoops is when it comes with an exclusive Grizz hoodie. Every Saturday this season, $60 gets you a Grizzlies ticket and a limited edition Grizzlies hoodie. 4 different hoodie designs dropping across 4 Saturday games. Not sold anywhere else. Don't miss your shot to collect all 4 designs. Grab your tickets and gear up now at grizzlies.com/Saturday.
Exclusive ticket offers that aren't available to the general public. Upcoming home games feature matchups against the Kings, Nuggets, and Clippers. Be the first to know when deals drop for these games and more by signing up for text alerts at grizzlies.com/buzzerbeater. Buzzer beaters go quicker than a Grizzlies fast break, so act now. Let's do carry out.
It's time for GP's Carryout. One final segment filled with stuff to take with you. It's not everything you need to know, but it's most of it. What did we miss today?
Jill Biden's ex-husband's been charged with murder
Dude, I literally just saw this as we came back on air. What happened?
It sounds like he killed somebody, allegedly.
It looks like he killed his current wife.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's not good.
No, I think we can all agree on that. I mean, I don't even really need to know any details.
No.
You shouldn't be killing your wife. I think I'm gonna settle on that one every single time. Every single time. And Savannah Guthrie's mom's still missing?
Man, okay. This story is wild, and I just it's obviously super sad because it's the latest from the police are like we're up against time now. She's been missing for 2 days, which is never, a lot of times that doesn't end well, right?
It sounds like they are describing it, just so people know, as an abduction. Like they believe somebody abducted this 84-year-old woman. I'm not even trying to be funny.
No.
But what are we abducting an 84-year-old woman? Didn't even sound like that. What? What are we doing?
And they said that they did find blood at the scene. I don't know if they've confirmed or not if it was hers, but they did find blood at the scene, and so there was obviously some kind of struggle. But man, what a scary story.
Whole world's gone crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
Whole world's gone nutty for sure. All right. Well, good luck to everybody.
Yeah.
I think that's what you're supposed to say.
What's today's biggest game?
Let's do college basketball. 6 o'clock at the Food City Center in Knoxville, Tennessee. It's Ole Miss at number 25, Tennessee. The Rebels are 11-10, struggling 3-5 in the SEC. Tennessee 15-6 overall, 5-3 in the league. Vols are 11.5-point favorites tonight. Total's 140.5. You can watch it on ESPN2. How you going to act?
11.5. You say? I'm gonna say Ole Miss is desperate, and they are going to keep it closer than some expect. We will go Rebs here.
Bennett says the desperate Rebels will keep it within 11 points tonight in Knoxville. Play is Ole Miss plus 11.5.
We won last night, right?
Yeah,
that was Darryn Peterson.
Bennett. Yeah, Darryn Peterson got you a win. You're on a roll, Bennett. You're on a roll,
God
Bennett.
bless him.
God bless Darryn Peterson. I co-sign that as well. Ole Miss plus 11.5. That's Bennett's play tonight.
What are we watching on TV?
The Eye on College Basketball Podcast is going to be on CBS Sports Network here in about 33 minutes at 1 o'clock Eastern, noon Central. So obviously, you're going to want to enjoy the Chris Vernon Show on Grind City Media. But you should DVR the Eye on College Basketball Podcast, and you can get to that later on today. It's on CBS Sports Network, channel 221 on DirecTV at noon Central.
What's the best thing we've read?
Well, again, can't thank Jeff Pearlman enough for being here in
awesome.
The opening hour. I enjoyed that conversation. I know that might have just been for me. I'm aware of that, but I enjoyed that conversation. The book is The Many Lives of Tupac Shakur. Only God can judge me, The Many Lives of Tupac Shakur. You can find it anywhere you find books, including audio version on Spotify. Go support Jeff Pearlman. He did an awesome job with this book, and it was cool of him to get up and talk to us this morning.
What's on tap for tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow will be Wednesday. That means Chris Vernon will join me in the first hour. We will get you ready for Grizzlies Kings. We'll be one day closer to the NBA's trade deadline. Should be a fun show. Looking forward to it already. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to try to enjoy mine. We're going to meet back here tomorrow at 10. Till then, be careful, be kind, be good. Rep your hood.